What did you say?
Yeah, right now, guys, we're about 3.5 foot of water. Deepest water we're going to be in the whole trip's right here. We've left the dock, we ain't been over 12 inches.
Jesus.
And yesterday, we gained about 5 inches of water.
Really?
We're a half mile from the tide zone. If we would have been on a full moon, guys, or a new moon, today there would be dead fish floating everywhere.
Really?
Because it's all salt water being blowed in right now. I know you guys don't want it to rain, we want it to pour. Well, but usually by the middle of March, this water is 85% salt water, and what it does for us, it pushes the gators out of here. You know, they go across the street, local gators, they go in that middle pond where we just left from, underneath that canopy, they crawl across that road all day long this time of year. I tried to stop him by the 10-footer this morning, I videoed it, walking across, I grabbed his tail. When we go in, I'll show you, they're where they crawl across the road, it'll look like you took a track hoe in there and took the whole side of the bank off of it. That's how bad it is. And from here to Naples, in the next 2 months, there'll be 30 gators hit by cars. I know there's 2 hit. I went to town yesterday morning, there was 2 gators hit. Yeah, well, one of them was hit last week because it's about an 8-footer big gator, and 1 4-footer yesterday morning. Yeah, it gets tough. I mean, we thought we were going to have a bad day today, gator-wise. Shoot. I did one ride this morning. I just seen 4 alligators, and my last ride I seen 1. But there's usually a gator in here we call Bubbles. I don't know where she's at right now. I even brought a couple bananas to throw in the water. Just something hits. If they're around, something hits the water.
Right.
They'll come to it, but.
Here, Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbles! She's right there.
Never.
Yeah. Bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Anything hits the water,
Oh, yeah. There.
Really?
bam, they go right. They think something fell out of a tree. Come on!
Right there.
But this gator will end up in that pond up there.
So quick. They're so fast.
All these gators. Bad part about it is, guys, the gators that get hit, they're not coming back. You know that.
Yeah.
And we've got no new gators. Guys, I was born and raised in Boston. I grew up in Ochabe. Now I take this, go home right now. This comes right up by the bridge in Everglades City. You know, and all this when I was a kid growing up was all grasslands. And when they rerouted Lake Okeechobee, we don't get no fresh water flowing south, salt water pushing to the north. Only fresh water we get is rainwater. So these gators that leave now, it's mating season. May, June, they'll lay their eggs. August, September, they hatch out. Well, then you got March coming, salt water. So these gators, little gators, the ones that do survive, they go across the street. You've got every gator across the street, every gator from this side of the road in one canal. They're like this.
Wow.
Well, who eats the baby gators?
Big
The big
gators.
3 feet, 4 feet and under. You won't see very, very few gators. If you do, they're stressing. Not stressing, but they're worried. Bravo!
Just hanging out.
Oh, my. No.
Man, we had Cisco truck come in one day last year. It left like 15 bags of onions.
Yeah.
Man, I had these other boat drivers. They're going, where do these onions come from? I had onions floating everywhere. And these gators would grab them, crunch them, and they would just come apart. And I ain't doing it like a salad. Come here, Bubbles. Now this gator right here, guys. Look at the tail. I mean, you can't see her now because it's muddy, but on her left side, been in a fight, and it's kind of messed up. And what it did, it just growed weird. Her tail's as big as shit. When she's laying up, she needs a head on the other end. When she gets up in that pond up there and hangs out, you know, and these gators that's not afraid of you, the old saying is, we'll get you. 41, those gators out there hear and see a car every 2 minutes. Well, they know that car ain't hurt them. Get out of the water, splash your hand in that water one time. They're coming to that splash, just like that gator right there. Now, they're not eating a whole lot right now because the water's getting salty. These gators this year, I'm gonna flat tell you, it's been rough for them because after Christmas, for us, it was cold. I mean, we had 4 days of just pure misery. Then after that, we had dead fish floating everywhere because the water temperature got cold. Our Gulf was 64 degrees this year.
It was freezing.
You know, and these gators, they go to deep water. They take off. deeper the water, the warmer the water. These gators, that's what they do. They lower their heart rate 4 or 5 beats a minute, and they lay on the bottom. And then they'll come up. A lot of times, and you know, his back or her back, those are scoots. They're like solar panels. They sit in a puddle of blood. They're like a flying saucer bone, and blood hits it, or the sun hits it, and it goes under each one of them like that. That's what keeps that gator warm. But they'll come out, have mud on their back, and when it's cold, they'll dry out, and they'll look like a statue, and it looks like the statue's coming apart. You know, it's like just aged, and people say, I gators stink. Yeah. Ain't that right, Bubbles?
You're talking about me.
Yeah, it's mating season right now. I don't know what big things at. This morning in that middle pond, it was kind of, I was taking a bus tour this morning, and Tom, the guy, brings them these 2 gators. They look like 2 little jet skis, and they're going, whoa, about a 10-footer and about a 6-footer all morning. She would slow down, put her head up, slow down. She'd take off.
What a tease.
Oh, listen, it's...
So they like bananas?
No, it's just something hit the water. You can throw in. You can throw. I usually, well, I don't do this hat, but I usually get on the bow of the boat and take my hat and hit the water. Boom, they fly out.
Wow.
But summertime when it's raining, fresh water, they're eating. Now, these gators right now, she'd probably, if you throw the chicken or fish at her, probably would eat it. But the water's salty, so they're not going to eat a whole lot.
Yeah, the one by the dock had a ton of fish around it,
Yeah.
so they don't normally eat the fish. Or because
Yeah,
it's salty.
they do, but it's more at nighttime because they get them easier at night. Because
The
what they
fish
do,
did
they
not
open their
seem
mouth.
to be worried
Anything that
about
hits
it
that
at all.
palate, boom, it's automatic shut. And a big male gator will eat every gator that's hatched out of a nest. A blue heron bird eats the second most babies out of a nest too.